Does God know the future? That's the first question. Does God know the future, like my next movement, my next idea? If so, if He knows the future, why won't He tamper it? I know, like He doesn't tamper with us, free will.
Ken?
Why doesn't He tamper? If it's for the better good, why wouldn't He tamper?
So the Akadosh Baruch Hu knows the past, the present, and the future, where to Him it's all the same. There is no past, there is no present, there is no future for Him. It's all the same status. It's the same thing as if we could explain, for example, we have, psychologically speaking, we have a conscious, a unconscious, and a subconscious. So there's something that, the conscious is something that immediately you're thinking about right now. The question you thought about is, you're consciously asking it, you know it's in the tip of your tongue. The unconscious is things that are repressed memories from a long, long time ago. But if you think about it long enough, you can get it. Subconscious is things that you don't even realize you know, but you've seen it or did it at some point in your life, and when push comes to shove, it'll come up. When a person is alive, he has to stretch a little bit, he has to work a little bit to use some different parts of his mind. But if a person passes away, or perhaps a person loses consciousness, and he has, let's say, a near-death experience, or he dreams and he knows he's dreaming, he could literally feel all three of them at the same time, as if they're the same. Why? Because the soul is not limited to what the body is. The body is limited that you could only use one or another at different times. The soul has no limitation. When you know you're dreaming, you can use a lot of different things if you know how to do it. Yes, you could do a lot of interesting things if you know you're dreaming. You could fly, you could create a dream, you could create all types of things. Some of the Chachamim were able to use their dreams to go up to Shamayim and see what happens in Shamayim and get all types of interesting things over there. There's many Sipurei Tzadikim of Chachamim that would literally go to heaven and see what's over there. Now, the Akadosh Baruch Hu, le'avdil, from us, for Him it's not, there's no conscious, subconscious, unconscious, no such thing. There's also no past, present, and future. But just like we, in a status of, let's say, the neshama, there is no difference between us of all of these different states of mind. For Him, there is no difference between anything. For Him, He's the only thing that's actually one. Echad, one, a single thing, the only thing that actually exists that's one is Him. He is not separated from His thoughts. He is His thoughts. He's not separated from His past. He is His past. He's not separated from His future. He is His future. Us, we are separated. Even a human being is separated, where you're made up of 248 different body parts, limbs, and 365 limbs and bones. So the point is that even a human being, that's a single human being, he's made up of parts. The nation is made up of parts. The camera is made up of, everything in the world is made up of parts. The only thing that's single is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Same concept with His past, present, and future. So He knows not, your past, present, and future, but it doesn't mean that you only have one possibility. Meaning you have multiple possibilities. You only have one possibility of your past because it's already over. You have multiple possibilities of your present because that's based on your current decision. And you have countless possibilities of your future which are result of your actions. So He knows all of those possibilities. And He doesn't tamper with which one you're going to choose. He just knows that you choose this, you're going to go here. You choose this, you're going to go here. You choose this, you're going to go here. And to Him, all of them are the same. In essence, He already sees all of them live out. All of them play out simultaneously. So when you choose something, it's different for you, but for Him it's the same. It's very complicated, and to such an extent that the Rambam, that actually details a little bit more than I just did, he writes it in Shmona Prakim. There's a book called Shmona Prakim, which is where we learn about the 13 principles of faith, and also the commentary in Pirkei Avot, and also different details about creation that the Rambam wrote. And this is in the last chapter, 7th and 8th chapter. And he writes, I'm only going to write about free will because I know people are going to ask, but in reality, it's impossible for us to understand it. The only way that you could actually understand free will is by being God Himself. This is the highest capacity that you can understand, which is what I just explained to you. There's some more details that the Rambam explains, but, and I'm summarizing it, but in essence, your human mind can never truly understand how free will acts, because you're limited as a human. But this is in essence how it is, and I gave you guys the story of how, or the example of how it works if I write something, the future in an envelope. You guys remember that part? Okay, so let's say, for example, we'll give you this. Let's say I tell you I know the future. Okay, so I write the future on a piece of paper, I put it in an envelope, and we put it in a safety box, safe deposit box. I tell you, go do whatever you want. At the end of the week, you come back, okay, there's a whole thing, 100 people come, let's see what's in the box. We take out the piece, the envelope, we open the envelope, we see what's in the envelope, and what I wrote down already a week ago is every single thing that you did during that week. Now, the fact that I knew it before it happened, did that change your actions? No. You still did whatever you did. I knew it, but I didn't change it. Why doesn't Hashem, why does the Hashem that knows all the possibilities of the future, why doesn't he just steer you in the right way? Why doesn't he just take the girl that's immodest out of the equation and just throw her to Jamaica or something so you can go to work freely and without sinning? Why? Because that takes away your free choice. The only way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu can give you Gan Eden is if you earn it. You have to earn it by doing mitzvot. If you do a mitzvah by not looking, then Hashem says, my son didn't look? Okay, that's another $500 billion in spiritual dollars in Gan Eden. Why? Because he didn't look once. Oh, he didn't go to Las Vegas? Oh, that's another $500 zillion in Gan Eden because he didn't go, he didn't put himself in a test, and so on and so forth. So he has to reward you for something. And that's why he gives you those tests, and he doesn't alter your moves.
We don't get rewarded, like, let's say he's not going to reward us in our future, basically. Like, let's say we do something good, we did like a lot of good in our lives. You're not going to help us camper us in the right direction?
Oh yes. Well, it says in the Gemara, Abali ter mesein biyado, somebody that comes to become purified, somebody that comes to try to do tshuva, Kadosh Baruch Hu gives him a hand. Abali tameh putchim lo. But someone that tries to become impure, somebody that tries to do bad things, Hashem also helps him. Meaning, if you want to do good things, Hashem will give you plenty of opportunities to do good things. For example, you want to give tzedakah. You want to give tzedakah, you want to be generous. So what's Hashem going to do? He's going to send you different opportunities. All of a sudden, no one ever knocked on your door. For 10 years, you live in this house. But you have this gut feeling, you feel like you need to give something. You feel like you need to give something, all of a sudden, yes, sir, I have a daughter, she needs money, we have a wedding, I have this. All of a sudden, first time, 10 years, somebody knocked on your door. Why? You wanted to give tzedakah. Those people who can read your mind. He sent you somebody. Now, you didn't give him everything. You didn't give him everything. You want to get, so Hashem sends you another opportunity. All of a sudden, you get an email. All of a sudden, you get an opportunity. But then, you ran out of money. You gave the tzedakah, you ran out of money. So what does Hashem do? Oh, I'll give you more money. He gives you, all of a sudden, you have a new client. That new client just gave you an extra $50,000. If you still remember Hashem and you still have this desire to give tzedakah, guess what? You give tzedakah, Hashem's going to give you more money. So, you come to become purified, and Hashem is going to help you become purified. On the other hand, someone that wants to sin, someone that, he listens about the things that we talk about, wasting seed, and the Gilui Arayot, and so on and so forth, all the sins of the Torah, and he says, shtuyot, nonsense. This is nonsense. Who's going to protect their brit in this generation? Come on, well, I'm going to stop watching movies. Come on, this, Rabbi, you're crazy, you're this or that. Guess what? That guy, all of the zonot of all an entire country are going to come to his door. Every 5 seconds, some girl's going to call him. You want to go out, honey? All of a sudden, he became Tom Cruise. Everybody wants to go out with him. All of a sudden, he's Mr. Popular. The guy has a nose over here and an ear over here, but all of a sudden, everybody finds him beautiful. Wow, you're so beautiful. Okay, you're so handsome. What a handsome. Gargamel is better than him. But all of a sudden, Mrs. Wonderful wants to talk. Why? Because he wants to sin. Hashem says, you want to sin? I'll give you the girl. I'll give you the girl. You want to sin? I'll help you sin. Why? You want to sin? I'll help you sin. You want to do mitzvah? I'll help you do mitzvah. But even more so, what happens if somebody made a sin? What if he murdered somebody? What if he murdered somebody? Is there any chance that Hashem is going to help him too? The answer is yes. How yes? The Torah Kedosha tells us that sometimes somebody murders somebody accidentally. Accident. He didn't shoot him in the face and, on purpose. He was working at the top of the building, and he had some tools. Accidentally, his leg pushed one of the tools, the hammer fell from the 4th, 5th story, and Hashem Erechem, it fell on somebody's head, and he died. He murdered him, technically, killed him, but not on purpose. So according to the Torah, at the time of Moshe Rabbeinu, the family of the person that accidentally died has the right to kill him. But they don't want him to kill him. So what do? They say, you killed him accidentally, you go to the mountains. Why? The family's not allowed to go to the mountains. Or when can I come back? When can I come back to my family? When can I come back to my wife and kids, my job, my company, my this? Oh, you could only come back when it's forbidden for them to kill you. Oh, when is that? When the Kohen Gadol, the biggest tzaddik of the nation, when he dies. When he dies, then you can come back. So now, Rabotai, all of the people in this mountain, what do they do all day? They all pray for the biggest tzaddik in the world to die. Why? Because they want to come back to their families. So what happens? So the mothers of the Kohen Gadol, every so often she would go to the mountain with a bunch of presents for all the people, giving food and clothes and all types of stuff. Why? Don't pray for my son to die. Don't pray for my son to die. So now, how would this work? Sometimes the Kohen Gadol would die literally a short while after somebody killed somebody. Somebody went to that city, and a short while later the Kohen Gadol would die. It was a new Kohen, he died, finished. But sometimes 80 years pass before the Kohen Gadol died. Meaning this guy spent pretty much his entire life in the mountains. So how does this work? The Gemara tells us, Megalgelin zchut al yedei zakai vechova al yedei chayav. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives the benefit, the merits, the reward or the assistance to someone that has a merit, but he also gives somebody a deficit or a loss if he deserves that too. How so? If that guy deserved, he did something, for whatever reason he did something, if he, let's say for example, he really truly accidentally killed a guy. He was really careful. He was on working in a building, but he's really, really careful. And Hashem decreed that this guy's going to die below him. And he chose you to do it, but you didn't really do it on purpose. You were careful, you put everything right, you did everything right, but the guy still died. Because of that, if this happened, that guy, I would actually have the Kohen Gadol die relatively soon. Why? Because you don't deserve to be in those mountains for 80 years. But if you were really not careful, if you're one of these people that have to keep telling you every week, hey, put the tools back, hey, be careful, hey, stop throwing stuff in the air, and you weren't careful, so in reality, yes, it was an accident, but it was an accident as a result of carelessness. So then you do deserve to be in the mountains for 80 years. So even that, even the murderer, Hashem helps him too. Needless to say, he also decrees who the Kohen is going to be, whether it's a young Kohen or old Kohen, or if the mom deserves it, the mother of the Kohen deserves to see her son die or not. So meaning that HaKadosh Baruch Hu manages the world to such precision that it's impossible for us to comprehend. Point being is, he doesn't change your choice, but the world around you will operate based on your actions.